quality assurance in higher education with an intent of reaching quality mandate of UGC, that is accreditation of all the HAIs with minimum of 2.5 CGPA by 2022. Even during this pandemic situation, NAAC has been doing webinars to guide the HAIs in quality journey. So far, NAAC has organized more than 150 webinars on different themes on quality assurance. This is one such webinar. In this, my colleagues, Dr. Srinivasa, Deputy Advisor NAAC, Dr. A.V. Prasad, Assistant Advisor NAAC, Dr. Ruchi Tripathi, Assistant Advisor, and Dr. Nilesh Pandey, Assistant Advisor NAAC, will be speaking on understanding the manual and SOP. So far, we have conducted three webinars on these things. This is the last in the series. This is with respect to criteria 7 and other important aspects in NAAC assessment and accreditation process. I hope this will help you in understanding the criteria 7, institutional values and best practices, metric intents and other aspects which are important in the assessment and accreditation process. I once again welcome you all for this webinar, and I request Dr. Srinivasa to explain the criteria 7. Dr. Srinivas, please.
Thank you, madam. Good morning, one and all. During this pandemic period, NAAC has organized more than 150 webinars. In this series, we have discussed about SSR preparation, understanding of manual and SOP for the affiliated and constituent colleges. 3 webinars were done on 10th, 11th and 6th May 2021. This is the last one among this group of webinars on criteria. Today, we are discussing about criteria 7, which involves institutional values and best practices. The weightage for this criterion is 100. When we talk about values, values are nothing but the choice of the higher education institution about what they need to adopt for themselves to achieve their goals of quality in higher education field. Institutional values reflect upon autonomy and responsibility of the institution. They refer to the academic freedom. Values related to global outlook of the institution, their creativity, social responsibilities, equity, integrity, diversity, inclusiveness, and health, well-being, and caring the community. These are the important values on which an institution works to achieve the goal of quantity. When we talk about practices, there is best practices. Each institution is a different one, and it has its own mechanism of action to achieve excellence in academic, administrative, and organizational fields. It refers to the guidelines and the ethics of the higher education institution in toto. A best practice could be a replicable one, adaptable, transferable, which minimizes the failures of the institution, and most importantly, it must be implementable one. Now, we'll look at the different weightage for this metric, for this criteria, weightage for institutional values and best practices. The criteria is 7. It is having 3 key indicators. 7.1, it deals with institutional values and social responsibilities. Weightage is for 50 for UG as well as PG colleges. This key indicator is having 5 qualitative metrics and 6 quantitative metrics. Key indicator 7.2 is having 1 qualitative metric and 7.3 is having 1 qualitative metric with the weightage 20. For best practice, the weightage is 30. So totally in this criteria, we are having 7 qualitative metrics, 6 quantitative metrics, totally 13 metrics will be there. Now, when we talk of 7.1.1, it talks about gender equity during the last 5 years. The weightage is 5 and it is a qualitative metric. Here you have to describe about this metric in 500 words. Equity is the pathway to equality. Until unless there is equity, there would not be proper behavior among either of the genders. This particular criteria talks about the safety and security, counseling, gender equity, and it includes 24/7 CCTV facility in the campus and hostel, and also building, car parking, property security, etc. etc. It would include common room for boys and girls. It includes every aspects whereby the gender safety is taken care of. It will include gender counseling, which can be free and confidential. It may be related to anxiety, may be related to depression, stress related, to loneliness related, to adjusting the college environment. The focus on the empowerment, personal growth, and equity, all these aspects come over here. So while answering this metric, an institution has to take care of all these points. And as I told, this is a qualitative metrics, weightage is 5, and you have to give your answer in 500 words. Next, we will move on to the next metric, that is 7.1.2. This is a quantitative metrics. This is about environmental consciousness, sustainability. It includes alternative energy sources, energy conservation, etc. Organization may have alternate energy sources like solar panel are the most common ones. So in this case, geotagged photograph of solar panel would be extremely important. Okay, it could be windmills, it could be petrol from plastics, biofuels, geothermal power. All these are comes under 7.12. Variety of alternate energy initiatives taken by the organization. Okay, what is asked here is the total power requirement met by the renewable energy resource. That is the most important thing has to be addressed in this metric. Different renewable energy sources, what they are having, what you are having, renewable energy generated, how much it is used, and how much is given to the grid back, billing to the grid. All these aspects has to be covered under this metric. Okay, as I told, this is a quantitative metric. Here, whether the institution is having solar energy. If you are having solar energy panel, then you have to provide a geotagged photograph with caption of the facilities. Biogas plant. Okay, biogas plant, again same. Okay, purchase bills. Okay, for the equipments of the facilities created, any other relevant document, electricity board agreement, etc. Then sensor based energy conservation. In institutions we will have sensors, so that when the all is filled, lights and fans will be working. When it is empty, okay, the automatically the switch off facility will be there. Use of LED bulbs, power efficiency equipments used. Okay, all this has to be shown with the help of geotagged photographs, bills of purchase to substantiate the claim, any other relevant proof like agreement with the electricity board or some other organization, so that they will be supplying the raw material and getting back the energy generated or whatever it may be. Permission document from connecting to the grid from the government or electricity authority. Okay, having diesel generator set as a backup cannot be considered in this metric. Sometimes people will show that diesel generator as a source of energy. No, windmills, all those things can be considered under this metric, which saves the power. Okay, then if you have 4, then your answer will be A. If you are having 3 of the above, answer is B. Like that it goes on. Okay, next. The third metric in this 7.1 is, okay, this describe the facilities in the institution for the management of the following type of degradable and non-degradable waste with 500 words. The weightage is 4. Okay, here 7.13 is an qualitative metric. Okay, qualitative metric talks about the various facilities in the institution for the management of the types of degradable and non-degradable waste. The separation of the waste is the biggest issue in India. Separation of the waste into biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste plays a very important crucial role. Separation. Then when we talk of higher education institution, generally they will be having canteens, hostels. These are the places where you are going to get biodegradable waste. So it has to be separated. What are the measures you have taken? How you are separating it? How you are collecting it? How it is disposed? All those things has to be considered and discussed properly. The college itself is going to be produce large amount of non-biodegradable waste like paper, okay, glass, metal, plastics, okay, so many things will come from the different departments and from the administrative section, office, so many non-biodegradable waste we are going to accumulate. Again, separation, okay, how this waste management is done, okay, is the part of this metric. Okay, the biodegradable should be degraded properly so that good amount of energy is generated. That can be taken care. Okay, please keep in your mind, okay, even a very small size organization with 500 to 1000 students can play a big role in contributing and controlling the pollution. Okay, here controlling the pollution is very important. Therefore, it is the responsibility of the institution to see that the waste management has done properly. Okay, how efficiently you are managing the waste generated in your institution. Now, here so many things are there. Solid waste management, how solid wastes are managed, liquid waste management, liquids coming out from the uh, toilets and laboratories. So many procedures are there. How these procedures are adopted, how the institution is managing the purification of the liquids in the this one. Biomedical waste management, one of the biggest challenge in the health institution, health science institutions. Okay, they are generating large amount of biomedical waste. The management, how it is done, okay, how the waste management is done. E-waste management, nowadays this is the biggest challenge which we come across. Sorting of e-waste, okay, repairing of e-waste, recycling, dismantling of e-waste, e-waste recovery, disposal of e-waste, all these can come under this. The e-waste are periodically collected and it has to be sent to the vendors or somewhere, okay. All those things has to be done. Waste recycling system, how it is recycled. Hazardous chemicals and radioactive waste management is very important one. Okay, whenever you come across a science institution or universities, okay, large amount of research will be carried out, okay, where we are using large amount of chemicals. Radioactive materials are used in many of the experimental purpose, okay. Okay, all these things has to be carefully handled. What are the precautions to be taken, how these things are managed, what are the facilities are given to the laboratories, how all these things are collected, disposed, all these things has to be described in 500 works. Okay, and how these things are managed in the institution, that has to be documented properly using geotagged photos, documents, videos, all those things can be uh, maintained for the verification during the peer team visit. Okay, now we'll move to the next metric of this criteria 7. Okay, 7.1.4. This deals with water conservation facilities available in the institution. Generally, we often talk about availability of water. How much water is available, from where we will get the water, what is the source, who is supplying, all these things we will talk, but we will never bother about the conservation of water. How do we gain water? Okay, how it is used, okay, is the important concern of the day. How best it is used, that is also very important. Okay, normally institutions are very big in size, they will have big constructed areas with large surface area which can be best utilized for the conservation of harvesting rain water harvesting purpose. Okay, in the institution as the water sources like borewell, open well, how this borewell and this one is used and how it is recharged, whether the water is potable, whether it can, or if it is not potable one, then how it can be used for maintaining the gardens and etc. All those things can be taken care of this. Okay, therefore, harvesting of water, management of water are the good practices of uh, maintenance of water bodies in the water bodies, distribution system in the campus, then wastewater recycling, construction of tanks and bunds for collecting the water. If your institution is situated in a hilly area, you can collect all the rainwater which is coming from the mountain area, collect it, create a pond, ecosystem can be developed, all those things can be done. Okay, all these things comes under the conservation facilities available in the institution. Mainly this is for water conservation. Again, for all this, okay, if you are having all these facilities, then your answer will be yeah, good. Okay, if to substantiate your claim, what are the things you have to produce is for rainwater harvesting system, bore wells, okay, tanks and bunds, water recycling process, maintenance of water bodies, all these things you can provide geotagged photographs with caption of the facilities available, photos with caption. Then bills for the purchase of equipments for the facilities created under this metric. What are the instruments you have purchased? What are the pipelines, etc., motors, whatever you have purchased, for what purpose? Okay, you have purchased.
Dr.
These bills
Srinivas,
also substantiate your
Dr. Srinivas,
any other relevant
and
evidences for the selected options you can give. Green audit reports on water conservation. Okay, how much water, what is the rainfall in your area? Okay, how much water you are getting by rainfall and how much you are preserving, how much you are conserving, how much you are using. All these can be documented properly, so that that will give you a perfect information. Okay. Uh, if if you are able to calculate the amount of rainfall, okay, when we talk about these things, okay, these aspects help you to understand the amount of rainwater, okay, that has been harvested. In the same way, okay, construction of tanks, bunds, etc., will also help to preserve water resources. Okay, yeah, this 7.14 is related to water management. Okay. Next, green campus initiatives. Okay, 7.15. This is again, it's a quantitative metrics with the weightage of 4. Okay, this is green practice. Now, green practice on the campus. It could be a large number of practices. Okay, restricted to restricted entry of automobiles into the campus. Okay, you can have the facilities, okay, so that the automobiles will not enter into your campus. Okay, battery powered vehicles, use of battery powered vehicles in the campus, pedestrian friendly pathways, okay, landscaping with trees and plants, Okay, ban of the use of plastic. Okay, these posters etc can be displayed so that you are not allowing any plastic inside your campus. Okay, so these are the minimum green initiatives we have listed here, out of which if the institution is having any four, your answer is C, any two C, answer is A. Okay, any three is there B, any two of them, this answer is C, like that it goes on. Okay, to claim these things, you have to have a policy document on green campus. Okay, the institution should have a policy document. What are the measures are taken in the institution, how these restriction of automobiles into the campus, battery powered vehicles, okay, pedestrian friendly pathways, ban on plastic, for all these things there should be a policy document. Okay, and this policy document must be displayed in the campus, in the website of the higher education institution. Okay, that link has to be provided. Okay, geotagged photographs, videos of the facilities, okay, how these facilities are helpful to the student community as well as faculty, all those things can be uh, displayed, okay, given as a document. Circular for implementation of initiatives and any other supporting document can be given to claim your 7.1.5. Next, 7.1.6. This is quality audits on environment and energy. Okay, whether the college conducts quality audit on environment and energy. Okay. Here, green audit, energy audit, environment audit, clean and green campus recognition, any awards received by the institution. Okay, behind the campus environmental promotion activities, any activities conducted by the institution, all these things are considered here. Okay, for this again we need a policy document. Okay, that policy document has to be regarding the environment and energy usage. How much, what is the policy you are having, the institution is having for the preservation of the energy as well as environment. This document must be hosted on the website and it should be made available to all the students and the faculty members so that they can take care of these things. Okay, certificate from the auditing agency, certificate of award received from the recognized agency. This audit certificates regarding green audit, energy audit from certified agencies has to be obtained. Okay, how much energy is saved, all those things can be calculated. Okay, report on environmental promotional activities. Okay, for the last 5 years, how this environment has been improved in your institution. Okay, and conducted behind the campus, other activities carried out behind the campus with geotagged photographs, caption, date, all these things has to be given for your claim. Any other supporting document claim, okay, paper cuttings etc can be given, or TV clips, okay, news clips etc can be given as a claim for this metric. Okay, institution as disabled friendly barrier free movement. Okay, uh, when you come to 7.1.7, okay, you are able to see about Divyangan friendliness in the campus. These are all things are related to Divyangan friendliness in the campus. Whether the institution is having Divyangan students, okay, then whether in your advertisement that you have such facilities so that the Divyangan students can come to your institution. If you are having these facilities, please give uh, uh, mm, exposure to the students so that they will know that these are the facilities available in your institution. Host them in the website, put them in the prospectus so that the students can enter into your institution, that they know that these are the facilities so that they can make use of these facilities, and those deserving students will enter into your institution. Definitely that will help them to study well, adjust to the environment so that they will be comfortable with that. Most of the students, they don't um, come to the institution because they don't know that the institution has these facilities. Okay, so that they will be more comfortable to study. So it is the duty of the institution to see that the facilities has to be hosted in the institutional website as well as in the prospectus also. Okay, then what are the resources you have in your institution, like physical? These are the built environment with ramps, lift facilities for the easy access to the classroom. One of the thing, disabled friendly washrooms. Okay, washrooms, signages, signboard should be there so that they can easily access the washroom and other things. Okay, signage including tactile path, okay, lights, display boards, okay, signposts. Okay, these are the minimum requirement. This should clearly indicates what are the things, where they are, okay, how they can be used, whom they can contact. All those things has to be given. Assess your technology and facilities for person with disability. Accessible website, screen reading software, mechanized equipments for this Divyangan students. Okay, provision for inquiry and information, human assistance, reader, scribe facility, soft copies of reading material, screen reading materials, so many things you can include under this metric so that the Divyangan students can study very easily. Okay, again the document required here are policy document and information brochure, website link to geotagged photos, okay, videos with date and caption, bills and invoice for purchase of your battery operated motors, whatever the facilities, lift, ramp, etc. Restroom should be include specific requirements of Divyangan for their use of the restroom and other facility. Brief report on the facilities provided for the inquiry and information. Bills for the software, okay, procured for the providing the assistant braille softwares, etc. Okay, whatever you are purchasing to facilitate the Divyangan student, all the bills, etc. has to be provided under this metric for the claim what you are going to make. Then here, this is 7.1.8. Again, this is a qualitative metric with the weightage 5. Describe the institutional efforts, initiatives in providing an inclusive environment, that is tolerance and harmony towards cultural, regional, linguistic, communal, socio-economic and other diversities. As we know that India is a diverse country. Okay. Here in this metric 7.1.8, it includes inclusion and situatedness, that the institutional initiatives in providing inclusive environment, that is tolerance, harmony towards the cultural, regional, linguistic, communal and socio-economical and other diversity. Every college is diverse, his students, teacher, okay. Many colleges are in the environment of different society also, okay. Here the institution has to take measures to teach the student to learn how to live with the different types of peoples and different sector of people with harmony. This has to be described in 7.1.8. In 7.1.9, okay, here it seems human values and professional ethics. Okay. How we sensitize our students and employees towards constitutional obligations. Okay. What are the values of the institution in having, and what are the different kinds of activities the institution is conducting to the our students as well as teachers, okay, to have these values, okay, come into our team. Here again the word limit is 500 word limit is there, okay. With this 500 word limit, you have to describe the uh, responsibility, duties, rights, values and obligations of the employees as well as students in the institution. 7.1.0, okay, this is a quantitative matrix, okay. Here the institution has prescribed code of conduct for students, teacher, administrator and other staff and conduct periodic programs in this regard. Code of conduct for students, teacher. Okay, the institution should have code of conduct for every stakeholders, highlighting how to behave on the campus and as to be placed in the website of the institution and also in the prospectus. Okay, and when the students enter into the campus, okay, in the first year itself, they have to conduct some programs so that the student should be made familiar, okay, and he should know what is his duties and responsibilities. Special program to be conducted to the all the stakeholders, and they have to be made aware of their duties and responsibilities in the higher education institution, okay, so that, and ideally to make our students to become better citizen. That is the motto of this metric. The institution, if they are having code of conduct and it is displayed in the website, okay, there is a committee to monitor adherence to the code of conduct. Institution organizes professional ethics programs for students, teacher, administrator, and other staff member. Annual awareness program on code of conduct are organized. Okay, these are the four things we are asking the sub metric. Okay, questions. Okay, if the answer, if you all the above, if you are conducting all the above, then the answer is A. If three of them, B. Like that, it goes on. Okay. Here, the code of conduct, the policy document on the code of ethic has to be hosted on the website. The link has to be given. Constitution and proceedings of the monitoring committee. Then constitution and proceedings of the monitoring committee, whether the committee is there, monitoring committee is there, whether the code of conduct is practiced properly, whether all the students and staff are following the code of conduct. The committee is the duty of the committee to look into this one. Okay, constitution of the committee member name list, okay, their phone number, email id, etc. has to be put in the notice board. Okay, and the meeting, when the meetings are conducted, meeting proceedings, okay, all these things has to be documented properly. Circulars and geotagged photographs of the activities organized under the metric for teachers, students, administrator, etc. Document showing code of conduct for students, teachers, governing body, and administration as approved by the competent authority. Handbooks, manuals, brochures on human values and professional ethics, okay, has to be made available in the library, notice board, website. Okay, okay, report on the student attributes facility by the institution. Web link to the relevant documents on the higher education institution should be this one. These are the duties of the IQAC coordinator or the director, okay, who has to look into all these aspects. Criteria 7. Okay, large number of document has to be maintained by the IQAC, and all the things, whatever the document they're having, it has to be hosted on the website, and the links has to be provided while you are claiming the you are making your claim. Okay. 7.1.11. Okay. Whether the institution celebrates, organizes national and international commemorative days, events, and festival. Okay. Again, here you have to describe the efforts of the institution in organizing this one and what is the outcome of the program, how many students are participated, who are the guests, etc. has to be given. The details have to be provided. You have to provide the link. Annual report should contain all these things, geotagged photographs of the events. Any other relevant document information has to be provided. Okay, here again there is a word limit is 500 words. In the 500 word limit, you have to give the answer. The weightage for this metric, this is a qualitative metric, and weightage is 5. And whatever you are writing, whatever you are claiming, make sure that the document should be maintained properly, because these things will be verified during the peer team visit. Next, next one is the key indicator 7.2, best practices. Okay, these are the here all the institution will have their own best practices, and these best practices has to be described as per the format given by the NAAC, and this carries weightage 30. Okay, the weightage is 30. So two best practices has to be described. what are the two best practices of the institution has to be described. Okay. Next metric is 7.3. This is institutional distinctiveness, and the weightage is 20 for this one. Again, this is also a qualitative metric. The previous one is also an qualitative metric. Here in this 7.3, you have to give the one area which is distinctive. A distinctiveness has to be provided. Distinctiveness is one of the unique practice carried out by the institution over a period of time and has given a special type of identity to the institution. Okay, because of the practice, the institution will gain a special type of identity in that region. Okay, and that identity will generally satisfied by the students as well as all the stakeholder. That important aspect as a distinctiveness has to be clearly written in 100 words, and you have to substantiate your claim by giving appropriate web link in the institutional website. Okay, any other relevant documents, reports, and stakeholder feedbacks, and all those things has to be given in this metric 7.3.1. The 7.2.1 best practice, 7.3.1 distinctiveness will be explained by my colleague Dr. Nilesh Pandey. Okay. Nilesh Pandey taking some suitable example. Now I request Dr. Nilesh Pandey to take over to the next session.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Pandeyji?
Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Please.
So PPT visible hai?
PPT visible. Yes, it's visible. You can start, I think.
Okay. So, namaskar to all of you. I would like to thank, first of all, I would like to thank Professor Dr. S. Srinivas, sir, advisor to NAAC, for giving a brief info related to the criteria 7, which encompasses basically to the best practices and institutional distinctiveness, and what else, what more you can have, what more the institution can incorporate to make to reach it to make it to a higher standard of excellence, because we like solar panel or whatever the renewable source of energy, and also providing facilities for the disabled student, Divyangjan also. So these all are aspects which are related to the criteria 7, which sir has already explained. I'm also thankful to Dr. Sujata Shanbhag madam, advisor to NAAC, for giving me opportunity to talk on topic which is very important right now in current scenario of the higher education, Indian higher education system, which is best practices. So I'm audible, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible.
Yeah. So you say, as you know, we always, many of the institution may already be following a practice. A practices is basically like whatever you can say, teaching, learning pattern, research activity, organizing various programs like seminar, national conference. These all are basically the practices related to the higher education system, related to the higher education institution for conducting, for reaching to the excellence level. But when we talk about this practice, we say these are, because these, we can say these are the general practices, but becoming, when we want to label this practice, whatever the practice like teaching, learning process and all these practices, we want to label it as a best practices, then we have to see that whatever the practices we are offering, whatever the practices which the institution is offering, whatever the practices which the students and the faculty members of that particular institution is following, is having a high value impact or not. If it is not having a high value impact, we can't say it is a best practice. So best practices become best practices only when it has a you can say excellent outcome. So this what you can practicing of the best practices depends upon the various things, like it may be depending upon the, you can say, the institutional growth, and also the institutional goals, like some of the institution may be research oriented, so it depends upon the institutional goals, then the pedagogic requirements, and also to the global concerns. You can also say whether it is in the rural area, urban area, or semi-rural area or semi-urban area. So it depends upon the local context, also the nature of the learner. So the student which are studying in that particular institution, they are slow learner or advanced learner. So it also depends upon the nature of the learner. Then the competencies of the staffs, the qualification of the staff is also being affected by this best practices. So best practices depend upon the various things, like also basically the infrastructure, whatever the infrastructure the institution is giving to their students and also giving to their faculty members for the teaching and learning process, whether they, like right now we are facing the current problem of COVID-19 situation, whether the institution is giving the online mode of teaching learning or process or not. Then governance requirement. So basically there are certain things, these all are the things which are necessary, which are makes it necessary for the institution to practice the good practices. So you can say this best practices is different from the standard practice. Like I said, teaching learning is a normal mode of practices, but teaching learning through the online mode of practices, you can say it is a kind of a best practices. So this best practices needs a continual review and improvement of a current practices, because we always say in Hindi ki समय के साथ हर चीज change होता है. So that's why, so whatever the best practice you are following in past 5 years may not be a best practice in current review. So it needs a continual review of the whatever the practice you are offering, and also improvement of the current practices which are necessary to become, you can say, which are necessary to elevate the institution to global standard and also to the international standard. Now you can take the example from the Rig Veda, where we say that many that may knowledge come from all direction, that is never deceived and unhindered and victorious. So this best practice is also same like, so because you can say the good practices, basically the good practices is different from the best practices. You can say the good practices may be like assessment and feedback may be there, this teaching and learning may be there, even the employability of the student, whatever side, like whatever the practices you are having more and more of placement of the student, then it can be considered as a good practices. But talking about the best practices, best practices is entirely different from the good practices. Like you can say like good practices needs a collection of like a collection of the participative events, like whatever the initiative undertaken by the higher education institution in selected to the particular theme, whatever the theme they have selected, because the institution always varies from institution to, like from the region to region. So that's why it is always necessary that the particular theme should be chosen by the institution, and there should be a proper mechanism should be there, like a topic illustrated through various approaches that can equip the institutions with the knowledge and also with the attitudes, the skill needed to participate in the nation building. So you can say this best practices is a kind of initiative taken by the higher education institution in context of the selected themes, topics, which can equip the institution with the knowledge, attitude, skill needed to participate in the nation building. Now, that's why this best practices has now become a center of focus, or we can say, which is now very important for the higher education institution. That's why NAAC has incorporated this in the criteria 7, and this has already been explained by the Dr. S. Srinivas. Now, institutional distinctiveness is like where the institution will like to be recognized for a certain kind of attributes which make it like distinct and one of its kind, like which makes you different from others. So such attributes characterize the institution and are reflected in all the activities in focus and in practice. Now these are the certain example you can say, because many of the, when we speak in many of the webinars, the questions come, can you tell me any of the examples which you can say it is a kind of best practices? So first, in my point of view, you can take as a enhancing the electronic periodical publication. This can be a kind of best practices which the institution can follow. Like this purpose of the publication, this online publication, maybe for the reach to widely to every reader, to every students, every faculty member who are in that particular institution, and by a way of open access system, because they can provide a they can have a option of internet also and intranet also, and they can have an open access system to all the faculty members, all the institution, all the students, so that they can have a more and more, they can have build a habit of accessing more and more of this open resource journals. They can also incorporate in support whatever the assignment, whatever the task that the faculty members they give to their student. They can use this, access this open, you can say periodic publication related to this, and they can also, this can help in increasing the awareness among the students and the research scholars, because now earlier mode of going into the central library, then searching all the literature review and related to the topics, and now become absolute. So you can say you can have a purpose. This purpose of you using e-journals can be very much effective for increasing the impact of research activities. So this can be considered as one of the best practices which can be followed in the institution. Now, second, you can say administrative practices. Like this, administrative practices can be given focus for the student support. Like they can provide a process like need come merit basis scholarship. Like those who are in need of the scholarship, they can provide, they can create a mechanism providing the scholarship to the student. Then they can have a book bank facilities for the underprivileged students. And also they can, suppose they are the students who are studying in the institution are not advanced learner, they are actually the slow learner. So they can have 1 hour additional remedial classes for the slow learners. They can also conduct free class preparations for various competitive examination also. Like we also have one question related to this in the our criteria. In one of the 7 criteria, we have a matrix. Well, how many students are benefited by the this classes that civil services, like whatever the program which are conducted by the student for the students. Now then comes the leadership development with the ethical values. So here you can establish a kind of environment. You can say you can establish a thought lab with a unique way of spiritual learning, yoga, meditation of stress, and also a free environment where we can provide their student, which can be provided to that particular student which are studying in the institution. Then teaching methodology can be devised which contains a basic concept of ethics, and also innovation center can also be incorporated. These are very much necessary, because many of the, you can see also many of the programs are now running with the ethical values also. So this concept can be devised into the you can say a value added. You can also devise this system like ethical values into value added courses, whatever the value added courses the institution is given, that can be incorporated in this leadership development with ethical values themes related topics. Now techno savvy infrastructure, like whatever the infrastructure you are having, you can upgrade it to a more of the digital mode. Like you can have a smart classes, you can have a VSAT classes like virtual classroom, and more of video conferencing mode. Even the teacher can be motivated to have a more of e-source or e-source module where the institution, where the student can access to it without any problem of, suppose right now we are in the COVID-19 situation, the student may be in their hometown. So if the teacher create their module, if they create their e-resource related to that particular courses or program, then the student can access to it. So this mode of practices can also be incorporated by the institution. Then organizing the personality development and educational program. So you can have a national symposium also, or particular topic you can have a symposium depending upon. You can also incorporate some of the credit to it, like this particular things can be incorporated depending upon the program which the institution is offering. Now then comes the program for adoption of village. So this can be considered as a outreach program or essential services. Like suppose you can have a adoption of a village, so you can provide a free education to the offered free education to the children from that locality, or the particular school in that particular you can say the village. So this can be a kind of increasing the ethical values among the student, because the students goes to the, they can have also a visit, a practical visit to the session. Like when I was in a journalism student, I was doing my journalism, and I used to go to a particular village, and we used to teach them. We used to make them aware of various things which are necessary, help them, and also in kind of proper career guidance also. So this type of activity can also be carried by the particular institution. Then periodical publication of the abstract of the college journal. So you can also have a kind of journal which can be published twice a year or once a year, where it may be you can make it a mandatory that the particular, that this number of students or this number of teachers should contribute in this periodical publication also. And this will also help in the research section of that particular institution also. Then you can have a research forum. Research forum is a kind, you can say, where the faculty members or the student across the day, it doesn't depend on the discipline. So you can have a forum. You can also have a kind of online forum also, where the faculty members and the student will be discussing on a particular thing. Like suppose for any of the science stream, they can have create any topic. So even related to the health issues, what are the health issues that may be necessary. So they can have more and more of research activity related activities through the research forum also. Then outreach program, as I said, they can have an outreach program. But now, right now, we can't say we will have a outreach program, but in normal situation, we can have an outreach program, right, related to the health activities, making the society related to the health activities, the precautions, what are the precautions which should be taken, like what are the basic ethical values. They can also help in the teaching of the ethical values. Then the green and transformative. This green and transformative may be like this. You can the institution can ask their student to plant a sapling in the institution, and till then as you can say, starting from the first year to third year, they can assign that this particular sapling may be taken care by that particular student. So this can help you in making a more and more of environment friendly institution, and you can also have a green audit related to this. Then comes the career counseling. This career counseling is very much necessary, because right now student has to be career counseled for the different courses, because now multi-dimensional themes are coming. So you can have a career counseling through the organization of the institution, like in consultation with the institution and also with the other institution also, that you can organize a formal session with the help of mentors. And you can have also have an informal session also, like you can consider as like what are the various things which needs to be incorporated. You can also have an industry collaboration with the institution. So like in my college earlier when I was studying, there was a collaboration with CNN, IBM. There is one of the leading news channel which used to take our students. Like when we were studying, they used to take the student for the internship program. So by the end of their program, they were well equipped. What are the various things? What are the various software which are needed for that particular sector, for the journalism sector? So you can also have a career industry collaboration with the various organization also. And one of the most important, which I think, which is very much necessary for the institution to flourish and also to reach to a greater excellence is the contribution by alumni, because alumni are the persons who have been to various stages of the institution. So alumni can share their experience, their knowledge of their respective core areas with the students who are currently studying in the institution. So you can say they can provide a leverage, and also they can motivate student and make the teaching learning process also effective, because they were students of that particular student that particular institution. So this institution can also form a alumni forum. Also they can register a forum so that more of alumni can get a connection with the student, and they can help in their placement also. So these are some of the example which the institution can think of making them as a best practices. So this was all related to this. So thank you. I'll request Sujata madam to kindly take on the section.
Thank you, Nilesh. Um, I would like to just tell the importance of this A&A. And you have already listened to my colleagues about criterion 7 and best practices. And I would like to reiterate some of the important things which you should know while preparing for assessment and accreditation. As all of you know, NAAC believes that quality is primary responsibility of the higher education institution themselves. Though the external accreditation agencies like NAAC inform where the institution stands in quality, but long-lasting improvements in quality cannot come about only by external accreditation. Hence, an internal mechanism in HEIs become essential for assurance, sustenance, and enhancement of the quality culture of education imparted by the higher education institutions. The National Assessment and Accreditation Council, NAAC, has made establishment of an internal quality assurance cells, shortly called IQAC, and it is made mandatory in all the accredited institutions. Not only that, realizing the importance, NAAC has even inbuilt quality assurance system in has a metric on quality assurance system in sixth criteria. It is applicable to all the higher education institutions. Whoever is not accredited yet may have, the assumption is they may have some system in the institutions which takes care of the quality of provisions of the higher education institutions, and we expect the HIs to detail those things in this particular metric. And through IQAC, NAAC expects higher education institutions will instill a momentum of quality consciousness amongst its all stakeholders, aiming for continuous improvement. Since quality enhancement is a continuous process, the IQAC should become a part of the institution system and work towards realization of the goals of quality enhancement and sustenance. We expect IQAC should play the role of quality facilitator, a catalyst, and not a regulator. IQAC should not be yet another hierarchical structure or a record-keeping exercise in the institution. It should be facilitative and participative voluntary system of the institution. IQAC should become a vehicle for ushering in quality enhancement by working out strategies to remove deficiencies and enhance quality in HEIs. For this, IQAC shall evolve mechanisms and procedures for ensuring timely, efficient, and progressive performance of academic, administrative, and financial tasks. For this, IQAC may encourage and help the teachers in optimal utilization and integration of modern methods. Optimization and integration of modern methods of teaching, learning in undertaking even the research. IQAC can think of enhancing the credibility of evaluation procedures of the HEIs. It may guide management in ensuring the adequacy, maintenance, and proper allocation of support structure and services to teachers. Sharing of research findings and networking with other institutions in India and abroad can be another work of the IQAC. These are all suggestive. Depending on the context and resources, HEI can have its own planning and strategies to improve the quality of the higher education institutions. Devotion and commitment to improvement rather than mere institutional control should be the basis for devising procedures and instrument for assuring quality. It is more important that instead leaving everything on IQAC or an IQAC coordinator or the director, every individual of the higher education institution should work towards quality improvement as a team. I would like to repeat, to bring in quality, every individual of the HEI should work as a team. Its success depends upon the sense of belongingness and participation it can inculcate in all the constituents of the institution. Another thing is the development and maintenance of institutional database through management information system. It is very important in the present context. As and when HEI conducts an activity or a teacher publishes a paper or undertakes a project, all information can be maintained in this, including complete information on students, teachers, administrative decisions, examination, etc. This will enable the institution to retrieve the institutional data and prepare the report as and when required. It will also enable preparation of annual quality assurance report as per the guidelines and parameters of NAAC. So IQAC may think of having an MIS, Management Information System, in the institution. It may develop itself or it can outsource, but it is very important to have an MIS in the higher education institution. Yet another thing is the self-evaluation. HEI should adopt self-empowerment approach to bring in quality culture and moderate, report and plan the activities for quality improvement in the HEIs. As self-evaluation is crucial in achieving and inculcating quality in HEIs, NAAC has chosen self-evaluation followed by external evaluation in its assessment and accreditation process. Hence, HEIs are advised to undertake self-evaluation. By self-evaluation, HEIs will know its strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and challenges. It is the most effective means of locating an organization's potential in order to decide on promotions, replacements, or rehabilitation. This SWOT analysis through self-evaluation can lead to an examination of the available opportunities and possible challenges. The SWOT tool can automatically lead to useful changes in the structure and functioning of a higher education institution. IQAC may also conduct the need analysis based on feedback, observation of the students and other stakeholders and the requirements of the present day society. IQAC may also undertake brainstorming to get ideas how to strengthen the strength, overcome the weaknesses, to utilize the opportunities and face the challenges for formulating strategic plan. If IQAC does all these things, then it will be in a position to improve the quality of higher education institutions. Hence, it is advised to undertake self-evaluation and try to improve the quality provisions of the HAIs. When you do these things, you will be able to prepare the self-study report yourself without any consultants. Here I would like to say, if you do the self-evaluation, then you will enjoy the working, preparing the SSR also. Only thing is you should list the activities and other aspects of the HAIs, whatever the HAIs is doing, and decide in which metric and the activity it fits better, because the same activity cannot be claimed in two different metrics. Accordingly, you can keep the data and documents ready. If you have the MIS, it will definitely help you to keep the data and documents and easy access of those data. To reiterate certain things, what we have already told, kindly note all activities of the assessment and accreditation, that is IIQA, SSR, clarification for IIQA or DVV, even the fee payment, including queries or issues, have to be submitted online only through the HAI portal. And HAI portal will be made available to the institution on registration with NAAC for assessment and accreditation. Keep the, as already told, keep the data, details and the documents required for online format of SSR before you submit the IIQA, because there is a timeline. Once you submit the IIQA, the time starts ticking. Read the instruction about where to upload the documents and data, in what format data have to be presented for the various metrics, and required verbal explications for the qualitative metrics. Kindly read the metrics along with the SOP, that is standard operating procedures, which is available on the website. Read them thoroughly to make you understand each metric intent. Wherever the verbal descriptions are required for qualitative metric, write briefly as indicated, as there is a word limit. It is 500 words. Contemplate well and prepare the write-ups explicating the highlights of the SWOT details about the institution without wasting any space or words. Ensure authentic, correct data are provided throughout. Incorrect data or false details could lead to disqualification or penalty. Though we have not imposed it, it is in the pipeline. It may be observed that at various places, there is a question mark given in the application. These are tooltips which provide clarity as to what is expected in response. When the cursor is placed on the question mark, it pops up the tip. It will indicate the meaning, kind of data document to be uploaded, and also the data limit. Provide data pertinent to the metric only. The documents to be uploaded for various metrics have to be within 5 MB. If the size of the document exceeds that limit, institution may upload the same in their own institutional website and the link of the said document to be given. And the link should not be to the home page of the website. It should be to the particular page or the particular document. And please remember, do not upload it on the Google Drive or the Microsoft OneDrive or Amazon Cloud or any other third-party websites. It will not be considered. Wherever a document for a particular metric contains many other information, make sure the relevant data information is highlighted in the documents. Kindly note, NAAC undertakes the institutional accreditation and not the program accreditation. Include all the programs offered in your institution in the IIQA. Nowadays we are hearing the institutions are saying this program has been started just 1 year back. It has not completed 5 years or has not produced 2 batches of course. This is required for the eligibility for an HEI. It means whatever the program has started earlier, whether the institution has produced 2 batches of students in any program, then only it is eligible to apply for A&A. But it doesn't mean that all the programs should have 2 batches produced by the institution. No, any program, if the institution has produced 2 batches from the institution, they are eligible to apply for NAAC A&A. And in IIQA, even if you have started a program in the previous year, you have to include it because institution NAAC is undertaking institutional accreditation. You cannot leave any program listed in the IIQA. Kindly note, sometimes we observe institution will not have a dedicated website. Please have a dedicated website for your institution or a dedicated page of the institution in your trust website. That is also okay, but do not mix the information of other institution in your institution information. That will lead to the confusion, and ultimately you will lose the metric data. So it is better the institution should have a dedicated website, and all the information of the institution should be available on the website. And in IIQA, you have to give the affiliation letter, latest affiliation letter, and the latest SRA approval if you are offering a professional program. We are looking at the compliance of the HAI to the authority, maybe university, maybe the professional statutory regulatory authority. Without that, NAAC will not accept the IIQA. So before submitting the IIQA, make sure you have uploaded the latest affiliation letter and you have provided all the programs in the IIQA. And second cycle institution should give the link to the AQARs. And you may note these timelines. Strictly, you have to adhere to the time specification given by NAAC. Of course, now due to the COVID situation, we are relaxing the timelines and we are giving the extension for submission of SSR and DVV compliances. But otherwise, generally, the timeline is for second cycle of accreditation. The institution should submit the IIQA during the last 6 months of the validity period. Whoever is applying for the first time, they can apply at any time. For them, there is no restriction, but you have to look at your regulatory authorities' directions. And once you submit the IIQA will be scrutinized, and once it is accepted, the time starts, and you have 45 days to submit the self-study report. Here I would like to reiterate, please keep all the data and documents before submitting the IIQA, because even though you have 45 days to submit the SSR, it will not be sufficient if you don't have organized the data and documents. So please keep the data documents ready before submission of the SSR. Once you submit the SSR, the student satisfaction survey will start and the DVV process will start. And for DVV process, for replying to the DVV query, you have 15 days time. And once the DVV process is completed, you will receive the pre-qualification. If the pre-qualification is, you have qualified in the pre-qualification stage, you have to take the peer team visit within 3 months. And for the second cycle institutions, the submission of the AQAR is mandatory, and on completion of the academic year, all the institutions should submit the AQAR, and it will open in June, and they have to submit it before the end of the December. I think you have understood the A&A process and enjoyed these webinars. If you have any questions, you can raise your hands and or you can put it in the chat box. I thank you each and everyone. Further, if you have any doubt beyond these discussions, you may raise them in the issue through IMS. I think we can open it for the question and answer session. Samuel?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I request the participants, if you have any questions, you may raise your hands. Manjunathan, yes, you may ask a question. Manjunathan, yes. Okay.
Hello. Yeah, yes.
Yes, go ahead, go ahead.
Good morning, madam. I just want to introduce myself. I'm Dr. S. Manjunathan from Pune Government College. I just wanted to remind that you helped us in getting the SSR fees readjusted. Actually, we are in the process of reaccreditation, and we have submitted our DVV clarification also by February. We are waiting for the next process. We just wanted to get a clarification on that now.
Sir, we don't remember each and every institution. You may raise it in the, so we can tell exactly. Otherwise, I have to give a general answer. So better raise the issue. Okay. If you have pre-qualified, right?
No communication regarding that, ma'am. February 26th of this year, we submitted our DVV clarifications through our HA
after
portal.
Once you submit the DVV clarification, the DVV partner will look into, and again that will be discussed. And then once they submit it to NAAC finally, then you will get the pre-qualification stage, whether you have cleared or not. Because of the COVID, it is a little bit delayed.
Thank you.
You will receive. You will receive.
Right. Thank you.
The next person, T.S. Ramakrishna Rao.
Good afternoon, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Trust everybody and the entire NAAC family is safe and healthy. Yeah, I appreciate all these webinars. I think today is the culmination of the webinar series. You have covered in detail about criterion 1 to 7.
Yeah.
They were very useful, and they have clarified many of the doubts we had. I have just 2 questions. The first one is a very small question aimed towards Dr. Srinivas. The second question is a bit lengthy. It is aimed towards the advisor, Sujata Shanbhogji. The first question is, please clarify what is the meaning of the words willing to the grid and landscaping. I find these words in the criterion 7. This is the first question. To willing to the grid is one, and second is landscaping. And I'll come to the detailed question. The second question to
no, we will answer first one, Manjunath ji.
Yeah.
Wheeling to the grid. See, the institution is generating energy using solar panel or any other alternate energy source like windmill, geothermal energy, or whatever it may be. The extra energy what the institution is creating can be given back to the electricity board through the grid. You can give it back, and you can get it back whenever you need some energy, extra energy. They will supply you the electricity. That procedure is called wheel gridding.
Oh, very good. That's fine.
So you have to have a MOU with the electricity board, and you can create that grid option. So they will create a grid transformer thing, and that will be taking your electricity back to the main power station. That is the procedure. Landscaping is creating a good what is that? What we can say?
Ambience.
Greenery, ambience. Yes, ambience in your campus. Okay. So you can plan the plantation, lawn, etc., so that that is called your thing.
I'll come to the second question.
Okay, please.
Yeah. It's like this, ma'am. Earlier we used to have optional metrics for universities up to 50 points. And later it was reduced to 30 points and it was made applicable only for colleges. Universities, it was removed. But today, the universities and colleges are in a very deep crisis as the pandemic has disturbed the teaching learning process as well as the academic schedules of the higher education institutions. Almost a complete closure of our HEI since March 2020, 15 months, has affected our day-to-day activities, including teaching, learning, research, consultancy, industry interface, lab work, internships, placements, exchange and activities, internationalization, entrepreneurship, etc. In the light of the above, we request you to reintroduce the optional metrics for universities up to 50 points as a first step in the direction of the various flexible, proactive and reactive measures which will be introduced by NAAC to fight the pandemic situation. So this is a question on which maybe Madam may not be able to reply immediately, but I send it as a suggestion. Please examine the suggestions for introducing the optional metrics again.
Yeah, no, we have noted, and your suggestion will be passed on to the authority, and it will be discussed. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
But I would like to say we have actually extended the academic year, and we are considering even the online programs if
Okay.
it is given with the proper documentation.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ramane, may I ask a question? You have been unmuted.
Hello? Am
Yes.
I audible? Actually, I have put my question in chat box also. I'm IQAC coordinator, and my question is little bit similar to the one which has been asked by first participants regarding our SSR submission. We have already submitted it in 18th of February and completed our student satisfaction survey also. Then we received the mail that TVV clarification has been started on 6 March. But till now we have not received any clarification as such. Almost 3 months are over. So we are under tension that how much time it will require more, or if anything has gone wrong from our side.
No, it is not. Nothing has gone wrong from your side. I hope so. Or your institution name?
Sinhagar College of Science.
Okay.
Pune,
You
Maharashtra.
may, okay. Yeah, you may raise it in the issue also, but I would like to say here there was a change in the DVV partner. We had to do the tendering process and other things. The partners are little new. Maybe it is taking some time, and due to the COVID also. We will look into the matter and where it is and what stage, that we can do only once we look into our application portal. So kindly raise your issue.
I have raised the query 1.5 months back. I just got one line answer that it is under process.
Okay.
Definitely. Okay, now also you can raise the issue, madam. No problem.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Institutions who want to know the status of their institution who are in the NA process, you may raise an issue. This is might not be the forum where we can respond to those queries. Kindly raise an issue, we'll respond to that accordingly and we'll get you the status. We go to the next person, Manoj Gelda.
Yeah, good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon, all the panelists. You have given clear information about all the criteria, madam. I am joining all the 7 webinars throughout.
Yeah, we are also observing.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Madam, we are accredited with by NAAC in 2017 March.
Okay.
So our accreditation date will be up to 27th of March 2022. And 2021 is our 4th year.
Okay.
Which is recently on 14th, according to your letter, it is extended up to 31st March 21, the period, academic period.
Correct.
So what about our 5th year?
Sir, the assessment period is dependent on the date of submission of IIQA.
So now when we have to submit IIQA?
as per the norm, you have to submit during the last 6 months of the validity period. Means March 27th, if it is ending,
Yeah.
you have to submit it March, means maybe in the November, December, somewhere November, December of 2026.
October.
Madam.
Huh.
We agreed on 2017 March.
2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay,
Yeah,
22 it will be ending, na? March 22. Means you have to submit in 21 December or even March 22 itself you can submit. See, if you submit it March 22, suppose maybe beginning of the March 2022 you are submitting,
Yeah.
then the academic year will be 21, 22, 2021, 19, 20, 18, 19 and 17, 18.
Yeah, madam. So what will be the period for 21, 22? It will be only for 2 months then.
21, 22, again we will look into the things depending on the situation. But
Okay.
21, 22 you can give from June itself.
From June of
June
this
21.
month. June this year, madam.
Yes, Samuel.
Ma'am, 21 and 21, 22 academic year, those institutions who are submitting IIQA after June 2021
Okay.
only will be having.
Sorry. Okay. Thank you,
So
Samuel.
now
Thank you,
we
sir.
don't know the situation about 21, 22. Maybe decision will be taken accordingly at the duration.
So
Right
IIQA
now-
after June will be, so just once you clarify, sir, pardon, sir.
Yeah.
Just to clarify
Yeah,
the
see-
sir, of 21, 22.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
The academic year for 2019-20 and 2021 has been notified in the website saying,
Yeah, that I have seen, sir.
yeah, from June 2019 to December 2020 is the 1920 academic year.
Yeah.
Likewise, it is the same for 2021.
Okay.
So now the institutions who are submitting IIQA until 1st June will be submitting 1920.
Okay.
And after 1st June, if they are submitting IIQA, they'll be having 1920 also, 2021 also.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about the 21-22.
Okay.
This juncture.
Okay.
Only completed academic years NAAC is taking into consideration.
Okay, sir. Okay. Right, sir. So can we consider our year up to May 31st May 2021?
Sir, it depends upon when you are going to apply for IIQA, when you submit the IIQA. If you are submitting before 1st June, you will be having 1920. And if you are submitting after 1st June, you will be having 2021 also.
No, we will be submitting after only, not now.
Yeah, then you will be having 2021. And it is in accordance to the SSR submission date that your data can be submitted. Like if you are submitting on September 1st, 2021, you can submit data until September 1st, 2021. That will be taken into account.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Okay.
Go to the next person, Shivananda Raja.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon.
Actually, I have typed the message in the chat box also. However, I asked the question, madam. Can you elaborate further on 7.1.8 and 7.1.9? Because
1.1.8 is
inclusive environment, you are asking about inclusive environment. Actually, the college is having inclusive environment only. Reservation policy is there. You don't see the financial status of the students. So apart from that, what is expected by NAAC?
Regarding tolerance, harmony towards cultural, regional, linguistic, communal, and socio-economically deprived people. So, what are the facilities? How they are making the students to reach these criteria, madam? 7.1.8.
yeah. How you create the ambience in the institution, that's what you have to write. To build all these aspects.
Madam, can you say a few examples?
Regarding cultural or regional aspects, okay, cultural, linguistic, okay, linguistic. If a student coming from other part of India, okay, is well versed with the Hindi, and your regional language will be different, okay. How you will make that boy comfortable to your regional language, and how you will be uh, associated with some other boy or a girl, so that his day-to-day activities will be facilitated. That type of arrangements, what you can do it, can be taken care.
Okay, this is clear.
Something so that the student will be made familiar to your region, okay. How best you can adjust to the environment, okay. That is one aspect I can say, okay. uh, Even food habits, so many things will be there, okay. So
Okay.
such
You
small
can catch
things
this
can be
line.
taken care.
This is a good helpline. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll go to the next person, Dr. Pawan C. Patil.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello
go
all.
ahead.
Yeah, session was very useful. I have very simple question. One is like when again such a webinar series will be arranged, and another is like I missed on the previous webinar. So is there a way out to listen to these recordings? Is there any source or like that? Just these two simple questions I have.
Yes, sir. All the webinars which has been hosted in the previous series as well as the forthcoming series are streamed live in YouTube, and you can just subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you will get the regular updates and you can see live as well as recorded also later also.
Okay, okay. And the series will be rearranged again?
Yeah, you may see the schedule in the website.
Madam.
Because this week also there are number of programs you can take the benefit of. We are calling external experts also, which will be beneficial to all institutions. You can just see this afternoon session also. Various topics it is being arranged. You take the reap the benefit out of that.
Samuel, our YouTube is NAAC_India, na?
NAAC-India, sir. NAAC-India.
NAAC-India.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We'll go to the next person. Steffi, yes. Steffi.
Hello. Yes. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Madam, my question is related to 5.3. I'm sorry, I'm asking it in this session because I took some time to internalize over it.
Okay.
So my question is, ma'am, it says 5.3.3, average number of sports and cultural events or competitions in which the students of the institution participated during the last 5 years. So to count this, for example, if I have sent my students to one college's big festival, which has 20 or 30 different events in it, like singing, dancing, poster, painting, etc. So I should be counting that participation as one or multiple. This is my question.
Madam,
Asking is students.
Madam, actually that is related to the program organized by the institution. You are sending it to different institution. So that is not organized by your institution, madam.
Right. But this is the participation data, sir. So I want to show students have participated.
If student have participated, we consider if sports meet as a single event, and there may be different sports activities.
Right.
So it will be considered as one. Even in the same event, if they participate in maybe football and even some other activities running, but it is an event. not
Yes,
different
yes. So
activities
it will
of
be
that
counted
event.
as one.
One.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Mridul
madam.
Darbal. Mridul Darbal, you may ask your
Yes.
question.
Yeah, yes, sir. Very good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, we are very thankful to you. I am Dr. Mridul Dharwar from Sharda University, Greater Noida, sir. I am in charge of this IQAC. And these webinars are very useful for especially IQAC coordinators and directors. Sir, I have two questions, sir. The first is about the pending AQARs. Although I have searched from website that by 31st May, it should be submitted. But sir, is it possible that is there any extension, because already institutions are off now, and it is very difficult to compile all the data this.
Sir,
Yeah, yes, we are giving the extension. You need not worry, but don't delay it unnecessarily.
Okay, okay.
So till now, till 31st of May only, but if suppose it gets expired, you are not able to submit, that you can raise a query for the extension, but we request you to kindly submit before 31st. If it is able to submit, then you can raise the issue.
Nilesh, for the benefit of the institution, there is a notification regarding AQAR where it states about the submission of pending AQARs, that is until 1920, before August 31st. You can reap the benefit out of that, sir.
Okay, okay. And sir, one important thing is that 18, 19 we have submitted online, and 16, 17, 17, 88 we have submitted offline.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, sir. If you want to record it in the online system also, you can do. Since you have already mailed that, so you don't have to. That is not mandatory. It's an option.
Okay.
But it should be uploaded on your website, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, second, ma'am, important thing is that about the academic calendar. So, ma'am, suppose we have to submit the because from this after this academic year we are going to submit our SSR. We already got the NAAC accreditation in 2016, that is B grade. Now 5 years have already completed. So actually our academic year is from 1st August to 31st July. But what about the NAAC? What they are saying about the 1st June?
1st June to 31st May.
Okay. Then we have to align the data accordingly.
Sir?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Can you repeat it again?
Ma'am, actually,
Madam, they are saying actually they have academic session from to then as per NAAC now we are following 1st June to 31st May. So they are saying that they want to align as per the NAAC academic session, or they can follow their own.
Yes, certain things will be on their own only, you know, whatever is your academic year. But for the assessment purpose, the assessment years will be appearing depending on the date of submission of IIQA.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Very grateful to you.
Go to the next person, Dr. Samuel Sheikh. Dr. Samuel Sheikh, you may ask the question.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My question was similar like other asked about. My question to Dr. Srinivasa sir. So regarding criteria 7.1.8, actually, what type of proof that is to be shown during the peer team visit regarding 7.1.8?
Regarding?
Your tagged photo. Yes, sir.
Regarding 7.1.8.
7.1.8, madam, that is inclusiveness. That's we
Yes,
discussed,
yes,
no? That same thing.
See, there it is a qualitative one. No? This
No,
is
no,
a
no.
qualitative one, and peer team will be assessing. When they come, you have to explain how you are inculcating these things in the students. What are the activities you are conducting?
Okay.
See, whatever you do, you will document, or you can explain how it happens in the institution.
Right.
Any program. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any program, you need to have circulars.
Yes.
Okay. Then
Yes.
invitation copy.
Okay.
Some guest will be there.
Right.
just biodata,
Yes.
okay, their travel, right?
Yes.
And then you are conducting the program,
Right.
program photo, that is geotagged photo,
Right.
right?
Yes.
After the program, so many students are attending that program, no? Student list,
Okay.
attendance copy of the
Okay.
students,
Yes.
teacher participation is there, their attendance copy.
Okay.
Okay. After the program, you are giving any press notification or something like that, press clippings.
Right. Sir, what I have done, sir.
Then one more
Yes.
thing I will tell you. Okay,
Yes.
all these things will be there. Based on this, you are creating a report.
Yes. Right. Right.
Okay. This
Annual
report
report.
has to be hosted in your website.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Then
That is.
you give the link of this program wherever you are claiming. That
Okay.
means that entire thing is foolproof. Nobody will question you. So you have
Yes.
conducted the program, 100% you are conducted.
Yes. Yes. Sir,
Right?
that is
That is what we
written.
want.
Yes, sir. That is written in the guideline
Yes.
supporting documents on the
Yes.
information provided as reflected in the administrative and academic activities of the institution. So, and under second one is the any other relevant information. So, in any other relevant information, I have prepared the reports, annual reports of the programs that have been undertaken in
Yes.
the
In
institution.
the annual report link, you can give feedback from the stakeholder. You can give. Okay. Any video
Okay.
clipping is there. You can give. Okay.
Right.
And you
Right.
can get the feedback from the speaker whom you have invited.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
see, you make the program, okay. After that, you try to collect what are the different data you can collect it, maximum data you collect it, so that you can substantiate your claim.
Right, right, sir. Thank you very much for guidance.
Right.
Again, my second question is to Dr. Nilesh Pandey, sir. Sir,
Yes,
this is same thing regarding 7.2 and 7.3. That is the best practice and the institutional distinctiveness. So,
Yes,
what
sir.
the same thing should be collected as a sufficient proof.
So best practices depend upon the like whatever. So I told you, sir, they are the best practices can vary. It doesn't mean that whatever you have done, like you are talking about extension service, outreach program, that is
Right.
different. In apart from that, suppose you are having also you are conducting like I said periodic journals, you are publishing, you are having some kind of industrial collaboration also. So
Okay.
apart from that, also you can also show this. We are
Okay.
mean that you only show only two best practices we are offering. You can show more also. That will be
In
a
the
kind of
yeah.
add-on.
In the SSR, there is a format to
Yes.
give the
Yes.
best practice. You have to
Yes.
give it in that format.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Okay. So that means it will depend upon what I choose as our.
Yeah. See, it should be, first of all, it should be a practice.
Yes.
And it
Yes.
should be practiced over period of time. It has an impact on the quality
Right. Right.
provisions of your institutions. In
Right.
what circumstances you have started it, how you have done, what are the things, quality improvements you have observed because of this practice, all those things you have to write in the format. It is requested.
Right, ma'am. Actually, there are many good practices, but we have to choose the best two
Which
out of that.
Best
which
of
is
the
the
best you have
best
to
for your
select, sir.
institution? Which are the best?
So you can tell, then we can tell you about what you can incorporate.
Right, right, right.
Suppose you
Yes.
take the alumni contribution. Okay.
Yes.
So alumni are contributing in your teaching learning pattern. If they are providing any career guidance classes, like what and how many how many students are participating, how many students have been got placement. So these are whatever the suppose this classes has been conducted by alumni, then how many students have got placed in that particular session. So this is actually the outcome for that best practice. So you can show like this, like how many classes has been, number of classes given by the alumni, whether you have alumni have been registered, they are giving any like financial aid also, or they are helping in kind of placement activities. So these types of activity you can show as a best practices.
Right, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's all.
Yeah, thank you.
Participants are requested, because we are running out of time, you may keep your questions crisp so that we'll adhere to all the participants' requests. So, Kamala, yes, you may ask a question.
Emil? Okay.
Sir, good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. Please
Ji,
carry
ma'am,
on.
please.
Question is already answered. That is, I want to know whether is there an extension for submitting the AQAR. So I got the answer. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Madam, in chat box, there is one question. Dr. Priya from SLCS College, Madurai. They are telling that they are having PURL, that is proficient usage of registered learning through some modeling.
Sir, that I have
they are
already
having.
answered.
Answered? Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
That can
They
be
can
considered as a
consider,
best practice. It's a good one. It's a good one, madam.
They can
It's very
consider.
good. Yes, yes, it can be considered. Okay.
Yeah, we go to the next person. Preeti
Yeah.
Sharma, you may ask a question.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to the panel for such an informative session. Two brief questions I have. As sir told about a couple of things which need to be there for proving that the event was conducted. So I would like to ask, for instance, our institute has the number 6,500 total students, more than that rather. So it is not possible for us every time to take attendance, sir. So there were a couple of events we don't have the student list or the attendance with us. So the photographs which shows the complete crowd in the auditorium, will that do? Because for certain events we don't have the student list to be produced. We did not take any attendance because it was an event. For instance, we organized an event for this inclusive empowerment programs.
So you may not have the attendance. You may not have the attendance. You can give the photos, but you can have the circulars. You might have put it on the notice board.
We have the circulars and press notifications.
And report, press notification, that will suffice.
Okay,
With clear
Madam,
explanation.
Yeah.
Madam, you can prepare a report like this number of students have taken the part.
Report, yes.
Sir, the moment we are putting up the number of the student in the report, they are asking for the proof of that number. And it is not possible for us to give that proof at times because we organize the event at leisure and the students are coming at their own leisure and attending it.
You can mention it, but at least you can provide a report like the number, the photograph are provided, the speaker who has spoken, what are the topics which are or the themes which are discussed in that particular program. So this may be okay, but still they may ask, but you can provide that due to large number of students, we are not able to provide the attendance. So these photographs and also a brief report has been submitted in this regard. So it can be suffixed with that.
So in case if you're giving the approximate number in the report, sir, it will not be in trouble if you're not able to produce any document for that report or for that number of students.
See, the metric is if it is value added program and other things, maybe you have to have the attendance.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
You said you
If
can
it
show
is
the
a general
photograph.
program, then it is not.
7.1.8 particularly I'm talking about for the
That is
events
okay, ma'am. That is, see, that is a qualitative metric.
Okay. So that will
be evaluated by the peer team members who visit your institution. You have ample time to explain them how you have done, what you have done, and you can show the things. See, mainly the qualitative metrics, you can even explain and tell, you can show the circulars and other things, photographs.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, another question, that's the last question of mine. In this 7.1.11, the commemorative events, the national events, the international events, there is a point given of the report of 500 words. So, and we will give the table also. I mean, the way we have prepared it, that we have made a table of all the events which we organized in last 5 years. Of course, we've been organizing it for a pretty long time since the college inception. Okay. But then last 5 years, we are giving a lot of events. So the table is exceeding 500 words.
Okay, madam.
But the report would, yeah.
Okay, I got it, madam. I will explain you. In the table, you give link for each program and host all the details in the website, and you give the table so that when people click on the link of the this one table, they will be able to see the details. Okay, that can be done.
So the details would include the photograph and the things
Yes,
which
yes,
sir has
everything you
talked
post
about.
on
Yeah.
your website.
Yeah.
Okay, give the link in
Okay.
the each program. You make a
And
list
the
of 100
old
programs. You can do it.
photographs and the old photographs which were not geotagged at that point
Okay,
of
not
time.
necessary, madam. It is given. If it is before 2017 January, you have to give the photograph with caption at the bottom of the photo. That's sufficient for us.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for my
Okay,
question.
madam. Then last one is one professor is there. I think Dr. Jayachandran from Oral Medicine Department, Radiology, Tamil Nadu. Sir is asking one in this one about health science metric. Sir, all the this one health science manual is available in the NAAC website. Sir, please refer to it. If you don't find it, please raise an issue. Definitely, we will give you the link.
No, it is available on the NAAC website
Yeah,
under
its website. It's
apply
available on the
online
website.
tab.
Okay, online. Anyhow, sir is online, so that's why I told. Okay.
We
Okay.
go to the
Samiji?
next person. Yeah, we go to the next person. Anil K. You may ask a question. Anil,
Good afternoon, ma'am. Yeah, my question goes to Dr. Sujata, ma'am. This is regarding when we go for third or fourth cycle accreditation, how many AQRs? I think it is 4 AQRs plus SSR. Is it right, ma'am?
See, in the IIQA, we ask for the link for 4 AQARs. Otherwise, it is mandatory for all HEIs on completion of the academic year, you have to submit the AQAR.
Okay.
It is not that you are going for next cycle of accreditation, you will not submit the AQR. You have to submit the AQR on completion of every academic year.
Okay.
That is mandatory. But in IIQA, we ask for 4 AQR links.
Okay. Another question is like when we consider the 5 years, 5 academic years, for all the 5 years should be from June to May, right, ma'am?
June to May is for our calculation of assessment period. For that, we have taken from June 1st, if you submit the IIQA, the last completed academic year will be coming. June, for example, June 20. Samuel, if I am wrong, you please tell me, huh? June 2022, if you are submitting the IIQA, the academic year will be from 2021 to 16-17, means 16-17 to 2021.
No, ma'am. What I understand, like our thing is validation period is up to December 15th, 2021.
See, all the activities you are conducted in the report, we look into when it is conducted. Maybe if you have conducted from June 21 to next May 2022, then it will come under 21-22. Okay.
Okay, no, the thing is our accreditation was in 2016, 15th December. So we take the data from 16-17, the first year, then 17-18, 18-19.
No, you first decide when you are going to submit the IIQA.
Okay.
Your accreditation will be ending in 16, it was accredited, correct? 17, 18,
Yes,
19,
yes.
20, 21.
Yes, yes.
In 2021, it will be ending. 2021 September, huh?
December 15.
December.
15 December 2021, your accreditation is closed.
Oh, so they will be submitting the IIQA after June 2021.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the 5-year data.
15th May onwards, their IIQA will be open. Either they can submit before 31st May, which will enable them only 1920 and all other academic year. If they submit after 1st June 2021, they'll be getting 2021 also.
Yeah, 16-17 to 2021.
Yeah, whichever they prefer, and accordingly they can submit their IIQA because they can take the benefit out of that. Either if they submit it before, they will have only 1920 where the already academic year is completed. But if they submit after 1st June, then they have a problem. They might have to submit 2021 where NAAC will only provide extensions for their submission and closure of their academic year.
No, but we submit before 31st May, we will not have a 5-year data, right? Because it's
No,
from
no, no. If you see, if you are submitting the IIQA before 31st of May 2021, your assessment period will be from 15, 16, 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19 to 19, 20.
Okay, but 15, 16 have already been accredited in the previous one.
Still it will be taken.
Yeah.
Okay. So it depends on when we submit the IIQA.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
If
I
you want
prefer.
to include 2021, better you submit the IIQA after 1st June. If you don't want to include 2021, submit it before 1st June. That is by the end of May.
Ma'am, but it is always preferable that they submit their IAQA before their expiry of the validity.
Yeah,
so
during the last 6 months of the
Got it.
Only if you submit the IAQA, you will get the extension. If you want to reap the benefit of not submitting 2021, you need to submit before 1st June 2021.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. We go to the next person, Sushmita Sengupta.
Yes, good afternoon, sir, ma'am. I have attended all these 5 webinar and it was really nice. So I have three query, ma'am. First one is that we have actually granted one NAAC workshop to organize one NAAC workshop on last February, and we supposed to organize it in the August, but we could not. And I have written in the help desk, and it was told that we have forwarded your letter to the proper place, but ma'am, I did not get any receive any letter, ma'am. What to do? This is my first point, ma'am. And another thing, as per your letter on 14th May 2021, the academic year for 2020-2021 is from June to December 2021. But ma'am, my point is that the 6 months is repeated, is not it? From 1920 and as well as 2021. So should we repeat all the programs in both the year in the template and other points? This is my second point. And third is that I think it is almost clear to me, but again I want to clear it, that our last accreditation was done in November 2016. And so 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21. So we can send our IIQA on the June 2022. Am I right, ma'am?
No, last one you are accredited in November 2016.
16.
Yeah, if that is the case, in a normal case, you have to submit it by before November 2020. Okay, but due to COVID, we have extended it.
No, ma'am, November 2021 is 5 years.
Okay, number 2021. Okay.
Yes.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay,
Yes.
correct.
Yes.
2021 is the last. You can submit before 2021, or if the COVID situation extends till that time and if the college is not open, you can submit it within 3 months from the date of opening of the HEI to carry your status of accreditation till you get the next accreditation.
Ma'am, if we send it IIQA in May, within May 2022,
November, October, September, August. I don't think it will be open, Samuel. It will open only during the last 6 months. If it is November, means November, October, September, August, June. May it may open. Yeah.
They need to submit before their validity gets expired, which is expiring November 2021. So they need to submit before that. And your IAQA will be open from 6 months before your expiry date. So which falls in the month of May of 2021.
Okay, sir. If we want to send afterwards, sir, because due to this COVID situation, yes, sir. Then, sir.
Workshop is a different thing, ma'am. But only thing is, you should submit your IAQA to have your validity on. You need to submit your IAQA. you have to do it before your expiry. This is what is the thing.
Sir, I'm not getting it because, sir, before
See,
sending the IIQA, all the documents should be issued in my
yeah,
hand, no, sir?
yeah. That's see. Listen to me. You prepare your all the documents. You keep it ready and submit the IIQA by the November 2021. By the end of. But if the situation continues, we have a notification for the institutions. If the colleges are not opening till November or even December 2021, then you can submit it within 3 months from the opening of the college. But by chance, if it opens before, you have to submit it.
But ma'am, we are facing one problem because that we need the data of 5-year students, is not it, ma'am?
Yes.
But but this 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, I have the data of the results and everything. But in 2021, in our here, sir, in our, I am from Assam under Guwahati University.
Okay.
The
Okay.
same examination has not been conducted yet. Then 6M, then 6M. So how can I submit in within November 2021, ma'am?
See, November 2021, you will be submitting the IIQA.
Yes,
But you have time to submit the SSR.
But ma'am, my result will not there, no? By exam will not be there.
Probably when it will be over.
Sir, ma'am, still the 5th sem exam has not been conducted. Then 5th sem will be there.
Then why can't you submit the IIQA before the May 31st, 2021?
21.
Then the 2021 will not come. It will be 15, 16 to 19, 20.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, if they are going to submit after 1st June and after submission of IIQA and they are not able to complete their academic year,
then only 2021 will come.
NAAC will provide extensions for you to complete the academic year and submit the SSR. So you need to submit IIQA for any requirement for your validity to be extended, or you want any extension for submission of SSR, you need to submit IIQA. Okay. And if you are not completed the academic year, NAAC will provide extensions.
To submit the SSR.
What is your guidance, sir? What should we submit the IIQA?
You can submit it. That is what. Since 2021 is not completed and we don't know what will happen to 2021. If you are having all the 5 years data before that, that is 19, 20, 18, 19 and all those things.
15, 16 to 19, 20.
Yeah, you can go ahead submitting before 31st May 2021 so that you will have only 19, 20 and the previous 4 academic years.
Or sir, if I submit after that, then I have to add the 2021.
Yeah, 2021 you need to add, and we will give you extensions however you want until your academic year is completed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Shall we close? It's already 1:35.
Yeah, madam. Samuel ji. Samuel sir.
I think
yes,
Samuel.
Sir, yes,
sir. Okay, then madam, vote of thanks.
Yeah,
Prasad?
Dr. Nilesh.
Nilesh or Prasad, anybody?
Prasad. I think Nilesh will.
So, ma'am, I will say.
Okay.
So, I would like to thank Dr. Sujata Shanbhag, Madam, Advisor to NAAC, Dr. Srinivas, and also to Mr. Samuel, who has administrated this WebEx program. I hope we are helpful in solving your question. If again you are facing, or in meanwhile of time you face any problem, you can raise the issue through IMS system. So we are here to always reply to you. We will be also organizing more of the program related to the ANI process, and also various themes related to NAAC assessment and accreditation process of NAAC. So till then, even you can also log into our YouTube channel NAAC India. All the program is already been uploaded. You can, if you have missed this program, you can also witness this program in the NAAC social media handles. So till then, thank you all for joining us in today's program. Good day for today.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We can officially close the